Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Hermacraft. Got lots of plans today. Actually want to start by finishing the automation of cheese and sweet rolls. I'd say let's actually start with the sweet rolls. Now we have a lot of milk, but we also need some bread for the sweet rolls. So I planted some rye already on partially a fully fertilized farmland. You've got a yield multiplier of 1. Can do a big harvest. Oh, I'm gonna get so much. Oh my god, yeah. So gonna harvest all of this, and then we can turn everything into bread. Oh my god, it's actually happening! Rats! So I put the wheat into the barrel for a moment, and yeah, it's running away. There's a rat now. Okay, that's what they warned us about in the beginning. So if you put your food into a chest, then it will attract rats. I wonder if the wolves would actually help us with the rat problem. Follow me? Or hunt with me, actually. Will they attack rats? I know that I think some dogs can be used for rat hunting. But I'm not a farmer boy, so I'm not entirely sure. Cat would have probably been better. Get it! Okay. The one time you actually need the mob AI to pairfind. I don't think they're gonna be helpful for this. Okay. I mean, putting the food in there also was just temporary. I don't think I've ever had this much dough available. So time for some bulk baking with the encased fan. Eventually I also want to automate the grill to make the higher quality bread that has the charcoal grilled or wood grilled effect. It's because it lasts longer. So for sandwiches, I guess the other dough would be preferable, but for now the sweet rolls really doesn't matter because it's gonna be crafted into the sweet rolls anyway. Oh. Time for progress update. So I got the setup for the sweet roll maker. As I said, really simple machine. Here I can put in the bread. The rats get it. And then we just got a belt and a spout on top. And a pump pumping milk in there, and then we can take out the sweet rolls from here. Okay, I can also actually adjust the speed, make this faster. And can I actually go full speed with this? Yeah, pretty much. That would also work. Okay. I feel like this is kind of not necessary, isn't it? Like we're in a hurry to get more sweet rolls. I think at 32 it's looks kind of neat. That's most realistic, I guess. Okay, now it's just a question, clutch to turn it off, or what should we do? I was thinking maybe a content observer would be nice. We could observe the chest, then just send a signal up there, but there's always a problem, then it stops while there's still bread on the belt. Could use an extender, let's see if we can squeeze it in there. So yeah, content observer could be squeezed, I guess, only in here, yeah, the back of the chest there. That's just not nice. I'm just gonna use the lever. I mean, right now this uses what, 128 stress units. That's it. I guess I can turn it off if I think about it. Okay. Then, shall we continue with the cheese making? That shouldn't be too hard as well. Let's actually put in all the bread there. Got enough milk. Actually reminds me, now that we actually have systems to deal with too much milk, there's actually no reason not to get some cows in. So we only have the single cow in there. That is almost at the end of the life cycle. But I got plenty of other cows. Let's do that first. Okay, I got 5 cows I can move over. This one here has the gray eyes already, so it doesn't give any milk anymore. Yeah, so what are we gonna do with those? And the bulls here, I guess once I got more vinegar again, I can actually, preserve the meat. Then we can brine and pickle the meat. I think it lasts up to 7 years if you do that. But right now, I don't wanna have any spoiled meat. Right, then let's get those guys over. Okay, there we go, more space for the cows to roam around, and it's also less cruel to separate the babies from the adults. Okay, for now we definitely have enough cows, don't need any more, because I'm mostly worried about, even more entities causing lag, and We got plenty of milk and food, so we're good here for quite some time. Yeah, lag also made me think it would actually be best if lag is the most important thing. You could also move all the cows or the adult cows to use for breeding and the babies a couple hundred or thousands of blocks away and have a maybe a bigger farm for cattle. Because the way things work at Terra Firmacraft is that like you're not based on things being loaded like in vanilla Minecraft, where it takes like 20 minutes of yeah, entities to grow up. Here we could actually just send them into unloaded chunks and come back after 2 years, and the babies would be grown up, or after a year or so, and then the cows give birth. That would actually be an option if you in case you want a big cow farm, like talking hundreds of animals, I guess for more height and more meat. Then this could be something we could build somewhere else, just a bigger farm. I think that might be an interesting idea as well. And then we could just yeah, take some from here because it's kind of hard compared to vanilla to get a good stock of yeah, animals. So maybe something we can do later. But for now, yeah, I think we're pretty good here with cows and milk and so on. Just need to make the cheese now. Okay, let's do that. So making a cheese automatically with the barrels shouldn't be much of an issue. All we gotta do is basically just pump in, completely fill in a barrel with milk, seal it for 7 real-time minutes or roughly 8 Terra Firmacraft hours, take the cheese out and eat it. That's the easy part. But what I actually would like would be a cheese button. What's a cheese button? Is we have a button somewhere here in the kitchen that, if pressed, starts making cheese, and that cheese is delivered to the kitchen. I was thinking maybe here in the corner we have another chest that we label cheese and it's getting filled somehow. Might be a bit tricky. So how do we do this? So either we pump over the curdled milk and make the cheese somewhere around here. Maybe even the first floor. What do we have above? We could have the milk making system here in the first floor. That would be actually a good idea. Then it just falls down into a hopper and gets collected and put into a chest. Guess that would be a good idea. Okay, so what should we do? Then we would need to pump over all of the curdled milk, and that's a bit of an issue with the pump. Maximum distance is 16 blocks, then we would need a chain of pumps to actually pump over the curdled milk. Or we make cheese there and yeah, transport the items somewhere over. But it would look fairly odd to have yeah, a belt up first floor level transporting cheese. Not entirely sure what to do. You could also use a minecart. You could make a minecart contraption that brings over like a whole fluid tank worth of curdled milk. That would be kind of fun, I feel like. I have to think about this. So I tried making a mental image of a minecart somehow getting up to the first floor there, and no matter what, it just didn't feel right. Just can't imagine that it would look good in the end. It always was a bit bulky in my mind. So I decided to just use pipes instead. I think they're a bit more subtle. So we will need a long pipe and also multiple pumps. Every 30 blocks we need a pump. And there's some shafts above to also power those. It will also take a while to pump some of the curdled milk over, but in the end I feel like that might be a bit better. Okay, so we can also hook up the pump to the shaft network here quite easily. Just gonna put a clutch here in between, and somehow I wanna squeeze in some redstone. I'm probably gonna have a wireless link that could be maybe in the corner somewhere. And here we got the little redstone area. Maybe I just have it right next to it that controls all of that. I also found a subtle spot for the cheese button. So here in the corner, I can actually dig one block in and hide a redstone link. So definitely want a subtle spot for a cheese button, because people would know they have a cheese button, would be kind of embarrassing, right? Okay, so we can have it here. Okay, time to try this out. Here we have all the redstone that is required, I think. So here is the receiver for the cheese button. Then we have a pulse extender for 40 ticks for this redstone link that unpowers the clutch. Then the pumps will start pumping. 40 seconds, I'm not entirely sure if that is enough or too much. We'll have to see. And then we just, after 40 seconds, another pulse extender for 7 minutes that locks the barrels. Okay, let's press the button. Here we go. Let's quickly actually jump down, see the curdled milk flowing. Ah, it's right here. Not entirely sure. 40 seconds seem generous, but it actually takes a while until it gets to the barrels. Okay, let's quickly rush up. See the milk arriving at the barrels. There we go. I don't think 40 seconds is enough, but could be close, could be close. Yeah, it's not enough. Okay. I think we just need like 20 more seconds. Okay. But the barrels are getting locked already. We're making cheese. It's probably just not the best idea to do this right now. I'm just gonna remove this and activate it again. The wireless links here also hidden in the back. Okay, so I set it to 50 seconds. The barrel was half filled. Technically, it should be actually perfect. Like 44 seconds. It takes 79 ticks to fill a barrel at 256 RPM. So yeah, 45 would have been probably best, but 50, why not? And we could also add more barrels here on the side, maybe 2 more. So right now we're making 64 cheese at a time. That's actually quite a lot, but cheese in a vessel lasts, I think, over 1.5 years. So it's not like we would need to do this often, but it's kind of fun to press the cheese button, I guess. So let's actually stick to 64. I'm also pretty sure after we unlock the barrels, the cheese will be immediately collected by the hoppers and then go into the cheese chest. Okay, that's like the only weakness of the system is that here in the cheese chest it would spoil quicker. And I can't automate this and put it into the vessel automatically. So I have to do this myself. But now the cheese has also arrived at the chest here, so it works. Can press a button, and then a couple of minutes later we get cheese in the chest. Perfect. Okay, let's put it in here. And this lasts, 1.5 years. Okay, then it's actually about time we make some proper sandwiches again. Also got a good amount of garlic. This is vegetables 2.0. It's like the best vegetable in that regard. Cheese, dairy 3.0. Then if you get actually just some beef, just protein 2.5, you have a really good sandwich actually. So next I actually want to look into the stopwatch a little bit. That's something I mentioned last episode. It would be kind of nice to see how much longer it will take to convert the milk vinegar into curdled milk, for example. And we can attach a display link to a cuckoo clock and make a stopwatch. It comes up here. Question is, how can we restart this? So if I power this, it should actually stop. Yeah. And does it like restart if I unpower it again? Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's try to get it into the milk factory building. Okay, the display board system is in. Finding a space for this was actually the hardest part, where it wouldn't collide with the gantry shaft contraption somehow. So here on the side we got a cuckoo clock and the display for the stopwatch. I did a trial run already, which failed a little bit, but now it should all work out perfectly. Okay, we got just enough milk for another batch, and also just enough vinegar, so we can press the no block. I was actually looking forward to this. It's so much fun to watch always. Okay, 9 buckets of milk. There we go. And now the vinegar. Yeah, really low on vinegar now. Apple harvest is always in October. That's usually the best choice for me to make vinegar. But I could also maybe plant a couple melons. So no matter which type of fruit, everything goes. Even pumpkin pie would work. Okay, there we go. I think the timings are a bit too generous on this. But anyway. That's always my favorite part here, the gantry shaft contraption. And now once we power those redstone lamps, then the stopwatch should also reset. Hopefully it works. Okay, now. There we go. So it should take exactly 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Then we get the curdling milk, and then 20 seconds more, the redstone lamps will turn off and we push everything over. Okay, it's time of the year, early spring. I could plant some melons. Okay, so I planted some melon seeds here, made an extra area. Always had the issue when planting melons at the big farmland area that the melons would destroy the farmland and I had to hoe it again. But here, got dedicated area for this. Also, I'm pretty sure, unlike in vanilla, the melon stem can grow multiple melons to each side. So even technically 4 on each side. So that's why this setup should be pretty good. Okay, any second now we should hear a sound. 640? Yes, perfect. Okay, and then 20 seconds more because I set the repeater to 7 minutes. And move it over. I mean, I would set it to 6 minutes and 40, but it's unfortunately not an option with those. Perfect. Okay, let's watch it to the end. So we already have 240 buckets of curdled milk. 330. That's plenty. So much cheese. Yeah. Also, we got a thunderstorm, and I couldn't sleep, of course, because I didn't want to interfere with this. And back to the default position. Nice. Alright. At this point, because we did so much of the milk, only got 40 buckets left. But we got a good amount of sweet rolls. I'm actually thinking about making a vault and also displaying it on the big display board. Almost 1,000 sweet rolls, that should last a while. But I want to eat better food again, so sweet rolls are kind of nice if I'm too lazy to cook, or I'm out exploring, something like that. Just bring something that doesn't spoil. But yeah, better food would be nice. Some proper sandwiches. Now we have all the ingredients as well, so I can definitely make a good sandwich. There we go. Got some bread as well. Let's make some... What's this? Cheese, beef, and garlic sandwich. Guess it's actually better than lemon and soybean. I would actually eat that. Sounds interesting. 32. I actually made too much. It's gonna expire in 4 days. Wanted to make 16. Well, best we can do is put some in there, but yeah, made way too much. So I also spent some time cleaning up the area around the house again. We had a big ravine there, but yeah, that's gone. There's no proper grass on top again. And the tunnel also should look a bit better. At some point I was gonna dig away the gravel and replace it with stone. Okay. So I've been thinking, what's even more convenient than a cheese button? And of course the answer is a cheese remote. So there's this link controller that I've never used before. Let's see if you can also order cheese this way. I would assume... How does it work? Hold shift for summary. Toggle this controller, movement controls. Right click while sneaking. Ah, this opens a GUI. Okay, so if I put the right frequency in there, you can also order cheese this way. Okay, so here we have the cheese ordering frequency. I guess I need to right click it and then press W. Remote activation. Okay, that should do some stuff. Let's go to the basement. Let's see if we get curdled milk already. Yeah, here it comes. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna actually carry this around all the time because it's kind of inconvenient to sacrifice one inventory slot just for the possibility to order cheese. But it could maybe just place it somewhere. Got an item frame. Wait, it can actually always upgrade those. I can make a placard, which is looks a bit better. Just some cast iron rod. Okay, let's make a couple. And we can, I guess, put the remote here. Alright, I guess the cheese and sweet roll project finish is done. I don't have too many ideas how to improve this or make it even more convenient. It's already, yeah, pretty decent. Okay, then there's a bit of time left in this episode. You'll still get all of those gold deposits I got from the last mining trip. I want to get some gems. So if we use a sluice, there should be a chance of about 1% per block that we get a gem. Okay, so here's also explained how it works. You have to place the sluice, it's a 2x1 at the very end of flowing water. I did it here already. And then I guess you just need to throw in those deposit blocks. It's gonna happen. Was that it already? I think I just picked it back up. Okay, then stuff at the bottom will appear. Ah, it's also a nice animation. Okay. What if I throw in the whole stack? Is this a good idea or not? Yeah, I think this works. Okay. I throw all of it in. I think we just got a little bit of gold in the beginning and stone. Might have been from digging. Let's see what we got in the end here. I actually got impatient waiting here, so I expanded the setup a little bit. Got 3 of them now, so this should speed things up a bit. Oh, looks like there's an even more primitive version of doing this. So you can make a pan out of clay, pick up one of those deposit blocks, and if you stand in water, you can do this. It's actually a nice animation. There we go. Then also get rocks, or small native gold in this case, or a gem. Okay, so at this point, this has been doing stuff. It's almost finished as well. You should have gotten some gems. Really? Is gypsum the gem of this? Gypsum is incredibly cheap, actually. Okay, not worth it at all. No, not really. Really not worth it at all. I have so much gold that I don't even know what to do with that stuff anymore. Okay. At least we did it once. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.